in the format right now. I didn't see a lot of Eldrazi today either. I think that was maybe the third pillar.
There were a few Eldrazi decks, and we didn't see any in the top 8. We got one on the camera that was Mason, and he ran into Red Stompy and got smacked. Yes, this is the finals. UB tempo. So Jacques got a pretty creative UB tempo list. He's running Emperor of the Bones in the main, and we saw the power of that in the semifinals. He managed to steal a Troll of Khazid Doom, and then his opponent top decked the Reanimate spell the next turn, and then Jacques used the Emperor of the Bones to put the Troll into play and swing for 6. So it was pretty effective.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing is just being able to hate cards out of your opponent's graveyard.
Yeah,
It is so good in this metagame. We can see so many decks kind of rely on that graveyard as sort of a secondary resource.
So you know where it's not good though is against Red Stompy. They do not care about their graveyard. So Jacques' main deck is has quite a bit of graveyard. Well, it has 2 Dial Spellbombs and 2 Emperor Bones to hedge against these graveyard bets, and Red Stompy ignores that. So
if you're Jacques, do you just being on the play mull to an aggressive hand and just kind of
you probably
like Nethergoy for Frog or Bust here?
Yep. Oh yeah, nabbing a Fury with it sounds pretty good. Yeah. But I think you got to go for you got to get some basics too. So it looks like he's going to Ponder, probably off an island. Okay, he's got an Underground State. Yeah, he's tapping his Ponder for mana. Yep.
Yeah.
So my step 1 is looking for basics here, unless you've got just a lot of counter magic protection. And that's how he played the last Red Stompy list we watched him play against. So he passed the turn. Was that a frog?
I couldn't.
Oh, so yeah. So this is what they're seeing. It's ahead of this. So I keep doing this actually. There. No, I can't make myself. All right, so looks like Alan's thinking here. He's holding his hand up a little tight. I can't quite. Oh, it does say Jacques up a game. Yeah, Jacques is not up a game. That is correct. Thank you for that. Weird. There we go.
What's that? So it could be a Chrome Mox on Alan Bertran's side?
It's probably a Chrome Mox. It looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card to me, so I'm not sure what it is.
I thought it was a Ghost Vacuum, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Chrome Mox, and there's that
Blood Moon we were worried about. Yep.
Oh, wow.
So let's see.
Tough. Vexing Bubble going to shut off any sort of Force of Will Daze response?
Wow. Wait, how do you get the mana for all this? He must have had a Simian too. Yep. Wow, that's a strong opener by Alan.
Yeah. Kind of cards you want to be drawing in turn 1.
But Jacques has an island. That helps.
That's incredible. Yeah.
That helps quite a bit.
And he's got Petty Theft's main deck, so there's still some serious play here.
So, so Alan's down to now 2 cards, and he's just passing the turn. So it seems like he was betting pretty strong on that.
Oh.
On that move, sends it back. Yeah. That's okay. He can recast it. He's got the Chrome Mox, but what Jacques needs is a fetch land here, so he can snag a swamp, and then Alan's stuck with just a. He's still got another Ancient Tomb. That's okay, but I think he's got a frog. He's just going to play the frog here.
Yeah.
And he's going to figure if Alan wants to play Blood Moon again, he's welcome to it.
Yep. Try to ride that frog to victory.
And he's going to try and ride the frog. Agreed. Yeah. All the stuff that gets shut off, he can discard to frog to pump it too. That's all right. That's probably a Kiki-Jiki, a Fable.
Right? Yeah, Fable the Mirror Breaker.
Fable's pretty strong here. It's going to help him dig.
Yeah.
His deck is kind of lacks card selection outside Fable, so.
Yeah. I like this play. I think running out the Blood Moon a second time is kind of just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
You're sort of on the back foot right there. Jacques with the Force of Will for the turn. That's going to be pretty good.
Well, he's got a Vexing Bubble.
Oh, you're right. That's going to be pretty bad then.
Yeah, that makes it go from pretty good to pretty bad.
Yeah, Fatal Push is good. Keep Alan behind on mana right here.
For Jacques, do we just go all in on the frog?
It's
I mean, I don't know if I start discarding yet, but... Yeah. So his star, we saw no Eldrazi in the top 8 here.
So if he gets a... Ooh, okay.
That looks like some Nethergoyf action.
Mm-hmm.
And when is this?
Wasteland.
Is this on his main phase? Or is this
Maybe he
into...
drew the brainstorm off the frog.
Okay.
Chat makes a good point. Discard the Force of Will. The frog is pretty free.
That
Since
seems
you,
seems very free. And the Wasteland, cutting off the mana further. Ooh.
Wow.
Wow, Jacques turned this game around from that awful start he had.
Yeah, this is brutal right here.
Yeah.
I thought he was out of it.
Yeah, I thought he was in dire straits at least.
Yeah.
But as we can see, these games turn on a dime. I did describe a game earlier today as a snuff film, and then that turned out to be a pretty good game. So clearly I know what I'm talking about.
You should call this one a snuff film too.
Well, I'm not jinxing anybody at this point. Now I know.
Yeah. Yeah, Frog showing us why it's top dog right now.
Man, we haven't really seen the power of Frog showcased yet today, and he's doing it right now.
Yeah. Still not discarding the Force of Will to it, but who knows? Maybe he doesn't even need it.
And there's the Nethergoyf. Now he's grabbing that tempo.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's playing the Spellbomb. Doesn't matter, but he's gonna be able to cycle it.
Alan finding a land finally.
I mean, that's not really a free cycle when you only have
No.
one black sword.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
a boyfriend hand.
Right, but he doesn't have to pop it right away, right? It's just.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I mean,
he can.
It may have
The
been
Nethergoyf.
better to just discard because
Right.
discard the spell bomb to the frog.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
And the Force of Wills and just
Yeah.
start.
Well,
Yeah.
so Nethergoyf it only
Put
counts
in
your
pressure.
graveyard, right? And he can spell bomb his opponent's graveyard, so he doesn't lose any value on the Nethergoyf. But yeah, he's spending 2 mana now when he could have just pumped the frog. I think it's a
he's
good point.
being a little timid with the frog activations for sure. Maybe doesn't need to discard the whole hand, but I think there's a few clunkers in there he could have used to, up the clock a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Let's see,
essentially
so
3
we got-
turns he's given away
Right. Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
So maybe does he have something? Is he trying to plan to get rid of the Vexing Bauble and then? No, all right, he's gonna kill Kiki Jiki.
Yeah.
I don't, unless he wants to petty theft it. I'm not sure how he gets rid of the Vexing Bauble though.
Right.
So I think I would be discarding too.
Yeah. Either chuck the Force at this point or.
Well, also he can pump the Nethergoyf by discarding as well. Oh, well, I'm not sure. Depends on the card types, right?
Yeah.
Right, and that's what we're talking about, right? With,
Yeah.
If
Oh yeah, he
Jacques
gets
just
a
discarded the spell bomb.
yeah. It pumps the
to
Goyf
the-
as
to the
well.
Goyf.
Yeah.
Then he could have played the other.
Vexing Bauble gets rid of yourself if your opponent if your opponent is desperate enough. Yeah, that's true. Vexing Bauble might just go away on its own here.
That's true. It's getting close. Yeah. Planning to get
Yeah.
rid of Vexing Baubles attacking for lethal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, that always gets rid of any problem permanent attacking
Yeah.
for lethal. Yeah.
So I think he's going to. Okay.
We've got another
City
city. Okay.
It's the classic.
Oh, and he's still
combo.
got a Chrome Mox. So yeah, he's got red mana. I was thinking he was. And there's the Pyrogoyf.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna hit. Oh, it depends what the count in his yard is. It's gonna be bigger than the Necrogoyf,
So
right?
this is at least 4 damage because Jacques got 3.
He's got 3. Yep. And then okay, I think
And
there's an
then
artifact.
There's a
You know,
Blood
it's got-
Moon.
Oh, yes. I would think it would be
now
5.
inside.
It's not 5 then. Okay, maybe does Jacques have an artifact in his yard? Is that what's counting? Oh, they're recounting. It's 5. Okay. All right, so Nethergoyf goes away. I mean, maybe what he's worried about is dumping all these cards into Frog and then having it just get pyroblasted.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, is Alan playing game 1 Pyroblast?
He
I
might
don't think
be.
deck lists are open.
I don't-
Yeah,
so
I don't think
so.
they're open.
It,
But
it might,
I wouldn't assume
yeah.
they were.
It might be a little bit too much respect coming on the side of Jacques, but we'll see if he can close this one out.
This is Legacy. You can play game 1 Pyroblast. I played game 1 Pyroblast in Vintage many times.
Yeah, so we get a good look at. So Jacques has a Thought Season hand. You just Thought Seize him,
Yeah,
dump into the
Yeah.
frog, and then swing in the air. I mean,
that
that's-
seems like the
That's
play.
probably where I'm going.
Yeah, because he's at 10 life now. If you get that frog up to 5 right now, then you're presenting lethal next turn. So what's he got here? A Murktide.
Okay.
That's reasonable too.
That also
Yeah.
presents.
Yes. Multiple ways to present lethal. Okay.
All right, I think we're about to see some discarding.
I would think so. Looks like the Murktide's going to be a 7/7. He's got another Nethergoyf. And what's the escape on Nethergoyf? You have to hit.
Delirium escape and 3 mana.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he's pretty far away from that. I think I'm cool with that. That trade getting that Murktide instead of the Nethergoyf.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just discarding for the frog and going in the air and
Right.
drawing.
Because even if he only has one red source, even if he does have a Pyroblast,
yeah, you've got
then you still have the Murktide. So yeah, I think this is time to do some discarding here. Oh, he doesn't have. Well, he can give it flying, but if he's already declared blocks, then the
this is
flying
where
don't
Jacques
matter,
has
right?
to be careful, right?
Yeah.
If he moves the blocks, so he discards, he may inadvertently pump the Pyrogoyf in.
Yeah, he's got to count his cards right for sure.
These dice trip me up. The Pyrogoyf's like a 3/4, and the frog has like 2+1.
Yeah, so the frog's a
Yeah. 3/4 as
Oh,
well.
like both 3/4s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Okay, and it trades off. So Jacques now presenting lethal. Alan's probably gonna need a Pyroblast to really get out of this,
Wow.
and he scoops it up.
I mean, I think the second half of the game was not nearly as interesting as the first, but that was incredible that
Agreed.
Jacques managed to get out from underneath the Vexing Bauble to
Yeah,
Blood Moon.
that was a strong start. All right, so from Jacques' side, I think you'd probably safely trim the Emperor Bones here, and the Nile Spell Bombs. Those seem like the kind of obvious ones, right?
Right.
On the draw, do you lose the Thought Seizes? You might. I think we had this discussion earlier. Yeah.
Maybe.
I like them just to see if you're about to walk into a blast.
Yeah.
I think there's also a lot of 4-drops from the red Stompy deck as well. So
Right.
you sometimes get a turn to, tap an Underground Sea, Thought Seize them, catch them going from 3 to 4 mana.
So what comes in? Maybe that's the place. To
So I think you bring in Consigns. I think because you can get the One Ring,
Yeah.
and we also saw him earlier consign the Fable trigger, and it just died and didn't flip. That was pretty sweet.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's a good.
Yep. And what I loved, he did, his opponent had a Pyroblast. He consigned and replicated it with the same target, so that the Pyroblast was neutralized.
So maybe some
that was a sweet
signs,
play.
Paragoyfs, Hydroblast.
Yeah, Barragoyf seems pretty solid as well. Definitely the Hydroblast is the obvious one, right?
Yeah.
And I think I bring in Force of Negation here too. You gotta stop turn 1 Blood Moon, right? And
A
then
similar matchup on camera, and I think the thing that really threw me for a loop was I don't know what he's boarding out.
Yeah.
I would cut the dazes, especially being on the draw, knowing.
yeah,
oh,
days
it's got 4.
makes sense too.
4
Yeah.
copies of days.
Baubles?
Okay.
Yeah.
So those will go.
But he's already got 4 cuts, right?
Yeah,
Spell
the
Spellbomb
Spellbomb.
and Emperor, I think both definitely
Yeah.
come out.
I mean, at least-
You could leave Emperor, but
You could Fatal Push or Thought Seize
yeah. And then-
creature
and
like
then
a
steal it
Fury
with
or a
Emperor.
Bombardier, and then steal with the Emperor. So
Yeah.
I get rid of the Bob or the Spell Bombs.
Those are yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
This
they're
is
good for
definitely
Pyrogoyf or Nethergoyf, but
They are good
Yeah.
for Pyroglyph too.
yeah. And then let's see from Alan's side. I mean, I think you leave all your moon effects in. Alan's main deck looks pretty clean in this matchup. Well, he's got Dead Gones, Disruptor Flutes, Fairy Macabres, Fiery Confluence, and Pyroblast. So he's always got to bring in the Pyroblasts.
Yeah.
I think Dead Gone's good too.
this is that same. I mean, we might be underestimating the people here, but if Jacques presents as a blue-black deck, the Nethergoyfs are a tell. I think Twitch was right, chat was right, that people should be able to clue in on that. But if you see a deck with Frog and it's blue-black, your mind
Yeah.
might immediately go to Reanimator.
Right. So
he's got
and
things
then
like.
you could miss board and play and bring in
Right.
Fairy Macabre.
I think the unlicensed hearses are fine. Those are just going to be good against stuff like Nethergoyf and Murktide. But the stuff like the Fairy Macabre, if I see that come in, I'm going to be really concerned for Alan.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if you're really bringing in more than the Pyroblasts if you're Alan.
And what do you cut? I was debating Caves. Since Jacques does have a lot of ways to steal the initiative from you, I'm not sure initiatives. Yeah, there seems like there's going to be a lot of situations where it gets stuck in your hand and is clunky.
Right. Caves, I think, is your most expensive card and kind of requires you to be ahead or at parity.
Right.
in order to be good.
Right. Right.
So,
So I think that would be my first thought on a cut.
mhm.
The other thing I'm debating whether you try and think of Magus of the Moon just because he has so much removal, but it shuts off so much removal too. I think I'd leave the Magus.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could trim 2 Magus and 2 Blood Moons. I mean, if you think Jacques gonna aggressively
Yeah.
fetch basics.
He'll still
Right.
respect it, regardless of how you board.
Well, Helen's on the play too.
Yeah.
I think
That's
you gotta
true.
leave
could
that
just
on
shut
the
people
play.
off for free. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like Alan's gonna go turn 1, Ancient Tomb.
Yeah.
God, that card's a beating. Broadside Bombardiers. I gotta imagine Jacques gonna let this resolve. Yeah.
Broadside.
Yeah.
Man, it is a powerful card.
Mm-hmm.
It is very good at removing things.
Yeah.
So Jacques got basics. I mean, he can fetch basics here if
Okay.
he wants to.
And he knows that Alan probably doesn't have the Blood Moon or he would have slammed it. Although, you got to consider, is Alan using that broadside as bait, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the broadside is terrifying, but by itself, it's clocking you for 2 a turn. You can let that go for 3 or 4 turns.
Yeah.
If you really want to play safe, and it's not going to be the end of the world.
If you're not planning on leading out creatures into it, yeah.
Mhm. Alan going to play the mountain right here. Pay 3 for
Another broadside.
yeah, another broadside.
Okay.
It's brutal. I feel like you got to do something about these now.
Yeah, I feel like you're. at a
Is
point
this where you
blast
Hydroblast
one.
it? Yeah. And he doesn't have a Daze, does he? This would be a nice spot for a Hydroblast. Oh, wait, the one's in play. I think you could or Daze the one on the stack and then Hydroblast the one in play. But
Oh, that'd be incredible.
yeah,
That's what dreams are made of right there. Yeah, he's still thinking about it. Probably want to take it off the stack if you're going to do it. Yeah, that might be what he's doing.
Yeah, so Jacques in the tank. Underground Seer Island.
Islands.
Yeah, he's been playing around that Blood Moon
He's been-
so well
yeah.
Yep, there's the
this tournament. Yeah, I would be surprised if.
Yeah, his deck's been pretty resilient to Blood Moon. The only thing it's really getting on him is Murktides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to get the basics. But once the Blood Moon's out, if he has his island and his swamp, he's in pretty good shape. So there's the Hydroblast. Yep.
Yeah. I
And
would take it off the stack, or
Yeah.
before attacks is kind of the same, I guess.
and so I'm thinking next turn he's looking to wasteland that Ancient Tomb.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, no, he saw a City of Traders off of
Off of the bobble.
off the ball.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Yeah. If he knows he has the city.
I think you play the frog right here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of your best card in the matchup. I mean, you can't defend it.
Yeah.
Right? Is that? Oh, okay. He can. That's
Okay. Is that a fetch? Because yeah, if you can fetch, I think that's a Bloodstained Mire. If you can fetch, get a basic swamp, and play frog, that seems
the play.
pretty
Yeah,
optimal.
Probably making right here.
You just hope they don't have a Pyroblast. Otherwise, they're just not getting through it.
Well, he's got force and consigned in memory in hand, so he could
Okay.
he could
Oh,
fight
just hold it.
it.
I guess. Yeah, you probably just. That'd be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah, you're all in on the frog at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and he's gonna just pass the turn. Maybe he might be holding up consign here.
Yeah, Consign's gonna be pretty sweet in this matchup.
And maybe he's just, reluctant to have his frog get broadsided.
What are we hitting with consign here?
You can get
He's not
the
playing the
one
One
ring.
Ring.
Is he not playing the One Ring? No, he's not.
That's interesting.
Does Jacques know that?
No.
Yeah. I had just seen his deck list and I was thinking One Ring. So, yeah, maybe it's not as good. I mean, you can still counter Chromox triggers. You can take Unlicensed Hearse, Vexing Bauble. Those are the kind of the things. You can also stifle a broadside activation.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a Force of Will pitching Consign. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think this makes
That-
Jacques not playing the frog even worse.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like if you're kind of feel like you're in a position where you got to defend, like frog can kind of catch you back up on cards. So I think it's a pretty big tempo loss for Jacques.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't stifle broadside with consign. Can you not? Is it?
It's a triggered ability.
Oh, right. And broadside is activated. Okay, good call.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's brutal for Jacques. Not using his mana.
So it's
last
not
turn
quite a stifle.
was pretty big. Is the One Ring stock in these lists?
It's generally stock. Yeah, this is a little uncommon.
Nice 2 life for Stompy player.
Yeah, I mean, Alan's pretty far ahead here. You know, 'cause you've essentially shut off the Nether Voice and the Murktides
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
So you're pretty reliant on Frog.
Yeah, but the Bombardiers has a menace as well.
Yeah.
I don't think he's out of it yet, but this is just like the door is rapidly closing on Jacques right here.
Okay, and he's gonna waste the city. That's interesting. Okay.
Maybe he thinks the life.
The life total might matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't really got a good look of what's in Alan's hand this match.
Yeah, he hasn't exactly been showing us his hand.
Probably more goodies.
Yeah, definitely like Alan's position here. It's not insurmountable though, especially if he just draws, removal for the broadside. That could really flip things here.
Yeah.
So and Psychic Frog is a good way to help find that removal.
All right, so
That's the question. Is he
essentially
gonna
at 5? This 9, you chuck the hearse and that's 4.
An extra
Yeah,
4,
is he chucking the hearse
No,
at?
not yet. But
He could, or he could throw it at Frog.
I mean,
That might be what he's thinking.
well, then
He did. He threw it at
he's gonna
Frog.
dump his entire hand into it.
I think you do, right?
You have to.
Yeah.
He's got nothing.
Because
in
is that
hand,
enough?
so
It's
keep it.
4. Yeah, he can discard his whole hand. Okay.
It's got to be one more. 3
Yep.
lands.
And is this a Pyroblast in hand? What is that? Oh! And Jacques out of cards.
Yeah.
That's a good play by.
Yeah,
Alan.
that was a good line.
Yeah, well played by Alan. Yeah,
Jacques
this
going
is
to
tough.
7. That's a Chrome Mox. That
Yeah, we're
shouldn't.
shutting
Oh,
it.
it's just getting
That's
chucked.
that's
Yep.
shock.
Yeah.
Yep. And just turn that Chrome Mox into a free shock. Shock still seen play in Legacy.
So
All right.
speed shock.
Chrome Mox getting quite the upgrade.
And I can't quite see Jacques. I think it's at 3 though.
Yeah,
The
it looks
life
like it.
counter's off to the side.
Yeah.
Looks like a Shatter Skull smashing.
Yeah, I think so as well. But yeah, maybe Jacques is playing it out to the bitter end.
Oh, maybe
but I
he's got
don't know what
something.
he'd
We'll
draw
see.
here to turn this one around.
That is a.
All right, then we chuck
And that's a
token
scoop.
and that-
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, game 3 of the finals.
You guys see anything you like in that matchup? Anything different than what we expected? I think it's just a matter of who gets on the board faster. So play draw is going to make
Yeah.
a huge difference here.
Alan got on the board really fast, and Jacques had kind of a conservative hand. And
I mean, if you're Jacques, your
Yep.
dazes are. You can consider bringing those back in, being on the play.
on the play, I think you probably want to bring him back in. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. This is good, man. Coming down to the wire. This has been a heck of a game. Heck of an event, too. Rob?
Yeah. Thanks for.
Yeah.
Thank you to
Thanks for
everyone out there
hosting.
for watching and supporting BCDL. And if you're feeling so inclined, feel free to give us a Twitch sub. Give us your Bezo bucks for the month. But yeah, I hope more people in the future will join us, either in Houston or Columbus, and come out to events. We're working on both Columbus and Houston are working on events for 2025. So.
Nice.
Probably Houston. I've had quite a few questions. When's the next one going to be? Moses, yeah, thanks for the prime sub. We appreciate you. The next BCDL Houston, I'm targeting January or February, depending on
perfect.
what's kind of going on with the larger Magic calendar.
Yep.
They tend to be every 2 or 3 months. We're looking at a similar timeline for Columbus as well. With the Eternal Weekend and the holidays, kind of December's kind of usually gone. I mean, really the last event of the year is Laughing Dragon here in Houston.
Yeah, and then you don't want to really schedule anything after early December because it's not really a good time to get people to travel to events.
Yeah, if you for anyone that hasn't seen it, Laughing Dragon's coming to Energy Arena in Houston, the weekend of December 5th, 6th, 7th. So, yeah, they have I believe a modern 10K, 15K.
Oh, wow.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
Their main event is modern, and then there's a Legacy 5K, Swiss on Saturday, 6th round if applicable on Sunday, and top 8 on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully we'll see everyone out there.
Yeah.
And Eternal Weekend.
Yeah, Eternal Weekend.
Forget about Eternal Weekend.
Yep.
I won't be there, but I hope you guys go and have
I'm
fun.
going. Yep.
You're going?
I don't play Magic. Con my way into the commentators booth.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, but thanks, Rob. This has been awesome. First time attending BCDL, but really great events. The Buffalo Dip lives up to the hype. It's been awesome.
Yeah, the Buffalo Dip was really good.
Yeah.
I do love me some Buffalo
Do
Dip.
you make that?
I do.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still make it at home by hand. Well, I guess by hand with a KitchenAid mixer.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, my girlfriend made buffalo chicken dip randomly yesterday, and was just like, "Oh yeah, I made buffalo dip. Do you want some?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm going to an event called Buffalo Chicken Dip tomorrow, but yes, I still want buffalo chicken dip, obviously." So yeah.
I didn't know she was a fan.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back days of buffalo dip, no problem there.
Yeah. I think I see both players going down to 6. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it looks like they're both on 6.
Okay. Who do you think the mulligan favors here?
Probably Stompy.
Stompy? Yeah.
I'd think. They have the explosive hands. They don't need the card as much.
Yeah.
Ooh, but Alan going to 5.
Yeah, this is going to be tough.
Yep.
He can just kind of...
You're kind of looking for that turn one. I
You
mean, I
want
think-
something
right.
explosive, yeah.
Tomb, Simeon, Spirit Guide, Blood Moon is probably what you're hoping for.
But 5's low enough where like one answer from Jacques and
You're kinda dead in the
yeah,
water.
yeah. If you go like Chrome Mox, Ancient Tomb, pitch a card, cast Blood Moon, he counters it. You're just sitting there with like one card in hand doing nothing. And
Yeah, I think the mistake that I see people do a lot playing Red Stompy is if your hand, they keeping hands that don't do something turn one,
yep.
like a powerful thing.
Yeah.
You can keep those hands, but like you need to have multiple follow-up
You better have a
plays.
damn good
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, and you better be resilient to Wasteland. If you're keeping like the play the tap Shatter Skull smashing and then they just waste you and you don't have another red source, you just threw the game away.
Well, the mulligans are especially difficult to... I think like other decisions in Magic, you can kind of see the result of them, so you can like kind of self-correct and be like, oh, I should or should not have done this. Mulligans, it's really tough too. You don't...
Oh, and the Thought Seize. When he's already down to 5, that is a strong pull there.
2 Blood Moons,
You
Chrome
snap-
Mox.
Yeah,
Chrome
so
Mox.
this is the hand we talked about.
Yeah.
I think you unfortunately have to take this Chrome Mox.
Yeah,
unless
you just snag the Chrome
something
Mox.
and this will tell us what Jacques has, right?
Right.
If he has interaction, like, well,
I mean, what could he have where he doesn't take the Chrome Mox there?
Basics in hand,
right?
you take the Bombardier.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he takes the Chrome Mox.
yeah, this is I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Standings. Well, the standings are. This is the finals, so we can get the full standings. I assume you'll publish those later at some point.
Yeah, there should
Yeah.
be live after
Yeah.
the event pretty shortly afterwards.
The number 1 seed was Mystic Forge combo, and we were all pretty excited about that. But he did lose round 1 of the top 8.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Now, do you crack the bobble here? Yeah, I think this
Top
is
the
this is
bobble.
smart.
Yeah.
He's just got to dig to
Although,
something.
oh right, yeah, because he's got the mana floating anyway. Oh, is that a wasteland? Dagger.
2x4.
Bam! off the top rope is right. Finish him. We're getting in the chat. Yeah. Ooh, fatality.
This is brutal
Damn.
right here.
I'm picturing a friggin' Scorpion doing the get over here right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
That was, although, I did, call a couple games completely out of hand earlier today, and then got a little
true.
tense later on.
Yeah, I was going to say that
Yeah.
game 1 was going to be a wash, and
Yep.
Jacques managed to get that one back.
Free exploration.
Yeah,
I wonder
we
if
pause it. He
Yeah, he wastelanded.
It's possible he passed the turn and... I'm wondering if maybe he passed the turn and Alan didn't have a land, so it went so quick we didn't even notice, but I don't think so. Yeah, I think he played 2 lands.
I think that was Jacques' second turn. He wastelanded and then he kind of got excited there.
Yeah, all right, Sean's out there. All right, we're clearing it up. I think I hear him talking. I think it sounds like it might have been a turn pass.
Okay. So it turns out Alan just drew and passed turn.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that was 2 turns taking
Yeah.
place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so we got a Fury taking out the...
Sorry, Twitch chat, you were wrong.
Yeah. This is a good catch, though.
Yeah, when he's got no lands in play, it's easy to miss his turn.
It was quick. It was,
Yeah, it takes about 1 second to draw a card and say go. So
I think we were all like, wait a
yeah,
minute.
wait,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait a minute.
Okay. Nethergorth down is where we are.
yeah. We got a Fury on the Nethergoyf,
Yeah.
which seems you got to do that. You just
Yeah.
got to, give yourself a chance to draw out of the game
Yeah.
here.
Oh, wow.
And there, I think that's a swamp and a frog.
Yeah. You run the frog out, or you hold up the consignment memory?
I run the frog.
Okay. I guess
Run the frog, man.
I guess we had this exact same situation before. You should just run out the frog.
Jack didn't get up and get dressed today in order to come out here and not play the frog in this situation.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's the frog.
All right. It's frogging time.
And that's an Ancient Tomb. Alan's up to 3 mana, so he's back in the game. And it's broadside.
Yeah, Bombardiers.
But he doesn't have anything to sack to it. So
Yeah.
so Jacques going to get in with a frog.
See if Jacques has a way to get this off the board.
He didn't bring the frog mat not to cast the frog. That is
That's
right.
true.
Did you see his mat? He's got a it's the psychic frog hanging from the Be Someone bridge. It's very Houston. I love it. For anyone not in Houston in the chat, it's a local Houston landmark. It's a bridge that has Be Someone painted on it, and Jacques got the psychic frog hanging from that bridge, so
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
He can take care of this Bombardier now. Looks like he's got to go for the throw in hand.
Yep. ECP math. We'll publish the standings later, but this is the finals right now. So
Yeah. I think he's got to let this one go, right? Yeah.
he lets it go.
Could brainstorm the fight back, but...
Right? Was that was a pyroblast, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. And he's
okay,
gonna.
so tricky. The revolt is gonna...
Oh
be
yeah, that turned on the revolt. Okay.
Yeah.
He told me he got one earlier by dazing his own fatal push in order to turn on revolt. That's a heads up
right
play.
there.
Yeah. All right, we got a brainstorm.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna
there you
Thoughtseize,
go.
right?
You just kick him again, right?
Yeah, you just kick him again. Oh, he can Wasteland and Thoughtseize here, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's Thoughtseize first.
Jeez.
See what he's got.
Messed up magic card.
Do you take the Blood Moon or the?
You take the blood.
I think you do. Yeah,
got-
unless
you
you've
gotta go
got
for
an
the
island
throw.
in hand, and I don't think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for the throw plus the basic
Mm-hmm.
swamp. Yeah, it's not too bad. Frogs in top 8. Really not that many.
I think we got Jock had frogs and the Reanimator deck had frogs.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have frogs? I don't remember.
There was a Grixis control deck.
Oh, there was. Yeah, he had
Yeah.
some frogs too.
And then I think we had 4 red Ancient Tomb decks. 2 Painter.
2 Painter and 2 Red Stompy. Yep.
Yeah. So,
And a Mystic Forge combo. So
Yeah.
a lot of Ancient Tombs.
yeah.
Seems like Ancient Tomb versus Frog is kind of the... And there's a Vexing Bauble.
That's the consigned to memory. What a bummer. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
time to mill it.
Yeah. Okay, 2 card. Oh boy.
Bam.
Yeah.
And we got
Nether
another
Goyf
Goyf.
is-
Oh, right. He's
yeah.
escaping the Nether Goyf. Okay.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Perfect.
Play here.
Yeah.
And he's still a 3/3.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I can't play this deck is because I'm too stupid to remember that I can escape the Nether Goyf, and then I just lose.
You know what's funny is I haven't seen a single Painter Grindstone today. Like I haven't seen anyone win with that combo.
Yeah, you know, I didn't either.
We had that in top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Right,
the
but we
deck-
didn't see anyone win with that combo.
Like
The
the
painter decks
Grindstone,
were
yeah.
winning with beats.
Yeah. That's
All right,
petty
getting
theft
in
sort
for
of thing?
3.
Yeah.
Petty Theft pretty strong here too. Because well, he's still short, but he can float blue if something problematic comes down.
Crack the Vexing Bubble. That's
Yeah.
Hey, you got to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to cycle. Yeah, it turns on stuff, but you just got to hope Jock doesn't have it because you got to find something.
Yep. card is so good. So we can cast the dead half, but that's not going to do anything from dead gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's doesn't look like you found a. Did you find
I don't see a land. Okay, Fury.
Yeah.
Does he have?
No.
He can't counter it.
He's gonna get this nether.
But that's a trigger,
Yeah.
right? You can consign to memory the.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's.
Yes.
Oh,
I forgot he doesn't have to
goodness.
counter the Fury. He's just got to. And he does the heads up play again, and he copies the trigger in case Alan's holding a pyroblast.
Yeah.
Yep. Bam. Oh.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Nice defensive 2-for-1 by Jacques.
Yeah. Good play right there. The consign to memory.
And he just pulled a fetch, so he can fetch an island now. So even if some sort of moon effect does come down, he's going to be in solid shape. Game's starting to get away from Alan. I don't want to count him out yet because this deck can come out of nowhere. But I'd much rather be in Jacques' position here. And there's the Ancient Tomb. That's what he needed.
Yeah. See what he'll play here. Hearse.
Okay. Hearse.
Okay.
Well, Hearse. Yeah.
You can probably knock this Goyf down to a 2-power
Yep.
from here. I mean, what's
Do you bounce it?
the instant sorcery?
Bounces it. Okay. So he's going to... Bouncing doesn't do that much,
think he
but it does
wants-
make him invest another Ancient Tomb activation into it and hit himself for 2 again next turn.
I think he wants the Brazen Borrower in play.
Oh, yeah, and then he can play Brazen Borrower.
Yep, and that's what he's doing right now.
Yep. That makes sense. That makes
That's going to be a
perfect sense.
2-turn clock right there.
Yep, and that puts Alan on lethal watch here. He thinks he's going to hit him, put him down to 3. And that also means even if he does replay that hearse and it doesn't make a difference, right?
Yeah, I think this is actually going to be 2 from the Nethergoy, 3 from the Borrower. Take him down to 2, so then
5.
the Ancient Tomb is turned off.
And the Ancient Tomb's off. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how he comes back from this, but yeah. Jeez, well played by Jacques. I think this has been
Jacques has played very well in this top 8.
super clean.
Okay,
Okay.
There's that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's going to grow the Nethergoyf a little bit, but yeah, you got to take the 3 damage off the board.
What doesn't die grows to Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, going to 4 right here. Okay.
Whatever it is. Is that what it is? Don't know. Okay. Yep. And is that a Shatter Skull smashing into the hearse? Okay. But he's going to 2. He's got a...
Yeah, so he'll eat the creature.
Can he get the Goyf down to 1?
I don't think I don't know if he can.
I'm not sure. Maybe? Okay, he can.
Yeah.
Looks like the land... Okay, you must have just instants in the yard then. But that puts Alan to 1.
Puts him to 1.
His Ancient Tomb is off, and there's another Nethergoyf. That's almost gotta shut the door. And there's a shrug, and there's the handshake.
Yeah.
Jacques Keener taking the finals 2-1.
Really good stuff right there.
Yep.
That's Jacques.
Congrats to
Yeah.
Jacques Keener. We watched his whole top 8 run here. He was on the camera for all 3 matches, and he played very well. So congrats to him. He earned it.